Okay, Kacey Musgraves' Golden Hour is in standard tuning with a capo at the 2nd fret. I'll take a second to talk about the strumming. It's got this funny upbeat thing. So it's like, you could just do that. So that would be like low, high, 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 low, high, high. When I say upbeat, I mean these strums on the high, they're all on the in-between beats, right? So it's like, see, that can be tricky. It's like the reggae thing, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. It's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So if you get that feel, you can start throwing more down ups in there, so it becomes more like, you know. So that's like down up. Low, high, 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 with a down up there. You can start throwing more of those in there. I'll do that slow real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Something like that. So you can play around with it and find your own way of doing it. Okay, the first chord in the song is this E minor 9. First finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the high E string, 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the B. And right away when you start, you can start with that, just playing the open low E. This. Now, if you change kind of quickly, it's a little bit of a tricky change. What you can do to get this change is your first finger can leave for the next chord a little earlier than the other 2 fingers do, because the next bar starts with that note on the low E string, and that's what your first finger is doing. So it's like your first finger's here on the 2nd fret of the A, and now I go, and then the rest of the chord. That might help you get there in time. That 2nd chord is 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the low E, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the D, 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the G, pinky on the 2nd fret of the B. The A, you'll probably end up muting it. It should be muted, so your first finger can lean over to mute it. But you do want the high E to be ringing out. So you go between, so the intro is just, the intro which is like the beginning of the chorus, which we'll come to, but the intro is just 2 times of E minor 9 to this. This is an F sharp minor 7. I guess when I talked about the strumming, I should have said you can go down to the lows more. It doesn't have to just be at the beginning of the measure, you know. If you want. So it goes between those twice. The second time that it goes to the F sharp minor 7, you just strum through it, it holds. So E minor 9, F sharp minor 7, E minor 9, hold on F sharp minor 7. All that I know. So now you're in the verse. Okay, the verse starts with 2 bars on E minor 9, and then it goes to this, which is a D major 7. So you could play this with your 1st, 2nd, and 3rd fingers, or you can do this version, which is the 1st finger barring the 2nd fret on the G, the B, and the E. And you just want the top 4 strings, the D, the G, the B, and the E. And that's for 2 bars. Back to the E minor 9 for 2 bars. Back to the D major 7, this time for 1 bar, and then you go to D7, which is 1st finger on the 1st fret of the B, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the G, 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the high E. The next chord is funny. It's like, this is what I hear. Honey, don't you know? That's what it sounds like to me, this chord. It's kind of an E minor 7 with an A in the bass. So it could be that the guitar is playing an E minor 7, it's just the bass is playing an A, but I'm playing it like this. It's just literally all open strings, A, D, G, B, E. Honey, don't you know? Honey, don't you know? And then, so that's for one bar. And then to A7. First finger on the second fret of the D, second finger on the second fret of the B. And you hold that one. Don't play the low E, but play everything else. Okay, that's the verse. That you're my goal. Chorus. So the first 4 bars of the chorus are just like the intro. So it's going from E minor 9 to F sharp minor 7 twice. Now, after doing that twice, it goes to this G major 7. There's other ways this could be being played, but this sounds about right to me. First finger on the first fret, on the second fret of the high E. Second finger on the third fret of the low E, and have that second finger lean over to mute the A string. So that what you get is this. That's what it sounds like to me. Illuminate sky, you set my world on fire. I watched her playing this on TV, and it seemed like maybe she was playing this. But again, if you're not playing with a bass player, because you want that note in the bass, it seems like instead of this, she's playing this. So first finger on the second fret of the A and second finger on the second fret of the high E. And then the bass is picking that up. So that's why I played this. That's for one bar, and then A7 again for one bar. And then I know everything. Back to D major 7 for one bar. Back to that G major 7 for one bar. And then back to the D major 7 and hold it. And I know everything's gonna be alright. Then after the first chorus, it goes just right back into the verse. After the second chorus, I might have played this wrong when I played it through. I know everything's gonna be alright. Then goes, it goes, hangs on the D major 7 for longer. Oh, everything's gonna be alright. Maybe that's what it does. I don't know how to listen to it. Which brings us to the bridge. Okay, so the bridge, I did, you could play like bigger chords. I did what I hear the guitar. There's like a nylon string guitar. But this is what I hear the guitar playing on the record, and it sounds really nice. This is a B minor, which is like, but this, so it's like, you might know this B minor, this is like just the top 3 strings of that. So first finger on the second fret of the high E, second finger on the third fret of the B, third finger on the fourth fret of the G. And just lightly strum those. And there's a little extra time of playing the high E, so it's like, and then now you just move, keep that first finger there on the second fret of the high E, move the second finger to the third fret on the G, and the third finger to the third fret on the B. So this is a funny chord. And then this is like a D major chord. So first finger on the second fret of the G, second finger on the second fret of the high E, third finger on the third fret of the B. And then this. So you're in that D, and then you just move your first finger down to the first fret on the G. Hold that, and now. So again, this is like, it's like an A minor, but so you could play that, but I hear the guitar just playing those 3 notes, so it's just barring the 5th fret on the G, the B, and the E. Thought I knew before. And then back to this B minor. It's really a G major 7, that next chord. It's like, thought I knew before. So you could play that. You could play A minor like that, and then play G major 7 like this. But I hear the guitar playing that which is also part of a G major 7. So first finger on the second fret of the high E, second finger on the third fret of the B, and third finger on the fourth fret of the G. But again, you can also play this. And then it goes to G minor, which you could play like that, like as a minor shaped bar chord up the third fret. Or again, what I hear the guitar playing is just those 3 strings. So first finger barring the third fret on the G and the B. And that happens twice. Looking through your eyes, look like paradise. That's the bridge. And then the little guitar solo, it's actually just a chorus where the guitar solos for the first 4 bars. Whatever it does. So that happens over those chords. The vocal comes back in. No, everything's gonna be alright. You're my golden hour. So that the last chorus is like a double chorus, where it turns right back around after the G major 7. Instead of going back to D major 7, it goes back to the beginning of the chorus. And then at the end of that chorus, it repeats the D major 7 to G major 7 a couple times. Yeah, I know, everything's gonna be alright. Okay. Hopefully that all makes sense. There will be a chart available on my Patreon page. The link is in the description. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, requests, concerns, or special occasions. And have a good day.